know what, folks? I really wasn't going to try to do this right now, but I got bored. We're going to get back into the HBCU series soon, but now I want to go ahead and drop the complete SWAC schedule review. Basically, line by line, week by week, what it breaks down to. Before we go any further, though, do me a favor. Hit the intro. Yeah, so we're going to go week by week. We're going to use the FBSschedules.com website for this quick synopsis. Um, week one, week zero, whatever you want to call it, Jackson State will be going to Atlanta, play SC State. This is a big game because you have a legend in Buddy Pugh, who is known for developing talent. Yes, he has lost some talent to the NFL, but he still develops talent. And it will be a chance for TC Taylor to show he can actually coach and make adjustments during the game. It's be a big game for Jackson State. After last year with Alabama State beating Howard, can the SWAC make it two in a row? Let's see what week one is. So week one, this is where you usually get your money games, right? You know, the blowout ass whooping games. So we have Alabama A&M at Vandy. Depending on Alabama A&M's quarterback situation, this could be a good game, but after last year, I'm not putting my eggs in that basket. UAPB at Tulsa. Same thing. Last year, they played Oklahoma State. Playing a little bit lesser competition in Tulsa. Will be a chance, actually, for UAPB, which is kind of coined themselves as the new Black Wall Street, to actually visit the original Black Wall Street. Unfortunately, it may be kind of the same result. Bethune-Cookman at Memphis, we're not going to even discuss that game. Hampton versus Grambling State in Harrison, New Jersey. That's going to be a big game for Grambling because it's going to be a national televised game. I believe it'll probably be on the NFL Network or something like that because it will be a big game. Then you have Valley, which is Valley versus Central State. Unfortunately for the SWAC, that's an even game. One thing I do know is that playing in Chicago, Illinois, is going to be a big crowd. People are going to say Valley doesn't sell out their games, but you got to understand something. With the Great Migration back in the between the 1920 to 1970, a lot of your grandmas and grandpas have family and bloodlines in Mississippi. So this is a chance for them to support their state without going down there. I'm not saying they're going to sell out Soldier Field, but there'll be at least 20,000 people there. PV at Texas Southern. I think that's going to be a blowout. PV going to own that one. Alcorn at Southern Miss. You know what? I'm putting $100 on Alcorn State. I know this is a big difference in talent, and a lot of folks will say, well, Jackson's closer. Look, I am not doubting Coach McNair. I'm putting Alcorn over Southern Miss, or at least keep it close. I want it to be a good game. They have a shot to win that game. Southern and Alabama State, somebody got to make a move. Alabama State was close last year. A lot of games they lost. Have Dooley got another quarterback? We'll see. But they're starting off a lot better than they did last year. Jackson State versus FAMU, and I'm putting money on this one. The loser of this game will be in the playoffs. I don't care what you say. I don't want to hear nothing about we don't want playoffs, blah, blah, blah. The loser going to playoffs. Because there's no other team in this conference beside Alcorn State and possibly Prairie View at home that can touch these two teams. Nobody has beaten them in conference for 2 years. You think I want to choose somebody to do it now? No. The loser goes to playoffs, the winner, Celebration Bowl. Week 2, number 9, September 9th. UAPB at Tennessee State, Memphis, Tennessee. Jackson State at Southern. Okay. Abilene Christian at Prairie View. PV will win that game. Alcorn at Stephen F. Austin. Alcorn should win that game. I like Stephen F. Austin. I like the line, but Alcorn State should win that game because of the running game. And they saw last year, there's no fear in their hearts. They should have won that game last year at Alcorn. FAMU at USF. People, last time they played USF, I don't even want to bring that back up. We don't even need to bring up LSU versus Grambling. Hopefully Grambling can win the Battle of Bands, unlike Southern last year. I said that. Texas Southern at Toledo. If Andrew Body is playing quarterback, TSU can win this game. If he is not playing quarterback, let's move on. Savannah State at Bethune-Cookman. This is one of those things I said, unfortunately, it's closer in talent than people want to think. I want Bethune to win that game just because it's a SWAC team, man. Lane College, Alabama A&M, Miles College, Alabama State. A lot of people will complain about them playing a D2 school. And so, I mean, yeah, think about it, man. Well, Bethune-Cookman, Alabama A&M, Alabama State, well, Alabama A&M so far, playing up. They need a win to get the confidence back. And this is going to be one of those weeks. Everybody can't play Clemson. Everybody can't play Alabama. Everybody can't play the SEC. I hate when people do that. They always say, well, why don't the SWAC play the SEC? Why don't? You got to start beating the Sun Belt first, bro. Work your way up, man. Week 3. Bethune-Cookman in Miami. Okay, next game. Alabama A&M at Southern. Should be a good game, close. It depends, once again, on quarterbacks. Alabama A&M does have a decent defense. I know people are going to say it didn't show, but it was a bend don't break. That should be a good game. I don't give a crap what anybody says. I want you to hear me on this. I don't give a what anybody says. Jackson State is not losing that game. I don't want to hear how good Texas State was last year, because you know all them mofos from last year are gone. Texas State does not recruit high school talent, which means the transfers they got in, the JUCOs and seniors, bye-bye. They out. This is a whole new damn team. You can't go off of last year. You can't even go off of the coach from UIW because he didn't bring that team. If he brought that entire team, roster, linemen, quarterback, receivers, cheerleaders, the cooking staff, brought everybody over there, yes. But he didn't. Texas State will lose that game. Don't believe me? Bring your ass to the game. I'll be out there tailgating, and I'll put you in a luxury box. Don't ask how. Just understand it will happen. McNeese State versus Alcorn. Alcorn should win that game. Texas Southern and Rice, once again, if Body's around, it should be close. I don't think they're going to win without him, though. My upset of the week, and I want you to hear this very carefully. So I'm going to break this down real close to you. Prairie View A&M is a quarterback away. Now, I'm going to let you understand what I'm talking about right now. PV does not have any excuse about facilities. PV, any excuse about coaching acumen. Defense, running game, receivers, O-line. It's all about the quarterback. If PV gets up by at least 10 in this game, they will run the clock out and beat SMU. PV has got to get a 10-point lead in this game. If they don't, it could be boat race time. But PV is not as bad as people think they are. People will point out, well, last year, last year is last year. PV has a good team. They're just a quarterback play away. If Andrew Body, Musa, any of these quote-unquote top-tier SWAC quarterbacks was at PV right now, you'll be talking about PV in the same light people talked about Jackson State. And I don't really give a crap what you say about it. It's just that damn simple. Because they scheme and play defense in the right way. They coach in the right way. It's just quarterback play. West Florida at Florida A&M, the funny thing about that, the whole point of that one is the fact that the guy that said the word nigga, the white quarterback, is now coming back to play at FAMU. He was offered scholarship at Alabama A&M, which would have made them a lot better team, but he's going to West Florida, and their big game is playing at a HBCU. I want to see what happens in this game. So I'm going to say, Florida Memorial at Grambling State. Valley goes to Delta. I don't know what else to say, man. Mississippi Valley, which is the epitome of bad facilities, them and Bethune-Cookman, goes to play down/up. Delta State facilities are way better than Valley's. That's all I'm going to say about that. Week 4. Valley at NC Central. Prairie View at Alcorn State. This has potential of early game of the year. There are two coaches who are going in the right direction. This can decide the West. Alabama State at FAMU. I don't see FAMU losing to anybody besides Jackson, so I'm not going to talk about that. A&M and UAPB. UAPB has a new coach. If Connell Maynard's losing at this time and losing to PB, maybe his last year. Bethune-Cookman at Jackson, once again, I don't see anybody else on the schedule. Grambling State, hosting Texas Southern, should be a Grambling State win. Week 5. Lincoln, look, shut up. TSU needs a win. So, yeah, Lincoln, California. Lincoln, CA. Grambling versus Prairie View in Dallas. Might be time the game to go to. Depending on how Grambling is performing so far in early season, might be a good game to go to. Alcorn State at Alabama State. Who the hell really is SWAC? Coach and legend? Or just a legend from his team? Southern at Pine Bluff should be a Southern win. Tuskegee at Alabama A&M. Tuskegee always fights hard. Tuskegee, honestly, if you want to be truthful about it, I think they should replace Valley in the SWAC. I'm not going to lie to you. I really do feel they should replace Valley in the SWAC, but that's just me. FAMU at said Valley. What's the point of even bringing that up? Week 6, Mobile, Alabama. Jackson State versus Alabama A&M. Depending on Jackson State's quarterback play, every other position Jackson State have is probably 1, 2, or 3 in the SWAC. This is what I'm saying. Every other position on Jackson State's team, besides quarterback play, is either ranked 1, 2, or 3 in the SWAC. Receivers, receiving core is something special, but Um, line by line receivers, 1, 2, or 3. Tight ends, 1, 2, or 3. Defensive ends, linebackers, corners, safeties, 1, 2, or 3 in the SWAC. They have the deepest SWAC team. They possibly can say they have the deepest FCS team. If you're going by recruiting stats, them and probably who else up there in team? Campbell have the best talent-wise in the FCS. It's all about quarterback play. FAMU with Southern, great game, great battle. Do we find a quarterback? If he ain't found a quarterback, FAMU won this game. Valley at PV, Grambling State at Alcorn State. Alcorn State, here's the difference. Alcorn State, PV, and Southern are fighting for the top of the West. Grambling is fighting to stay above UAPB and Texas Southern. That's basically it. They are fighting for fourth place. Unless, once again, QB play. Week 7. Lincoln again, providing the ass whooping to Southern. TSU at Bethune-Cookman, that's going to be a game. Prairie View at Houston Christian. Prairie View's going to win that game, so they'll have at least 2 out-of-conference wins. I still say they can beat SMU. Reason why. SMU has the most transfers in, like, a lot of transfers. A lot of transfers on their team. Is their continuity going to come together for SMU before they play Prairie View? We'll see. But, once again, PV should have, at the very least, at the very most, 2 losses this year. If the quarterback play is right. If the QB play is not right, like I said, then we have another story. Grambling State hosting Alabama A&M. Once again, they fighting to stay number 4. Homecoming for Jackson versus Alabama State. He won the homecoming, but he won at prime, so we'll see if he can fight back against TC. FAMU at Texas Southern. Be a great band battle. I mean, I'm just going for the band. Pine Bluff hosting Arkansas State, Alcorn State, sorry. Last time they played, pretty good, I guess, want to call it. Jackson at Valley. Southern at Bethune-Cookman. On to the next one. Week 9, October 28th. Texas Southern at Southern. Southern's going to get their revenge. PV at FAMU is going to be a fight. I don't think PV is going to win that game because FAMU has better quarterback. But I'm telling you, it's going to be a fight. Valley at Alcorn, Magic City Classic. They just fight. Look, it's going to be either FAMU or Jackson. Alabama State's number 3. Bama A&M just fighting to stay out of that 4th spot. Let's just be real with it. Bethune-Cookman going to Grambling. That should be a Grambling win. Jackson State going to Arkansas. Texas Southern at Jackson State. I have circled this game, thinking Andrew Body will be playing, but if he's not, what we're going to say if he is, great. Prairie View hosting UAPB. Should be a PV win. Southern and Alcorn State, that's a rivalry. Man, I don't know. That's a fight. That is a fight. Literally and figuratively, that's going to be a fight. I don't know what to say about that game. It's going to be a good game. FAMU at Alabama A&M, whatever. Grambling State at Alabama State. I know they're playing versus, but they're playing in Mobile, Alabama. It's at Alabama State. Pretty good game. It's actually going to be a pretty good week for competition. I mean, Southern Alcorn, FAMU at Bama A&M, if they get a quarterback, could be somewhat competitive for the first two quarters. Grambling State at Alabama State will be a fight because, yeah, Bethune-Cookman and Valley is just a fight of the bottom feeders. Um, week 11, Alcorn State at Texas Southern. Okay. Alcorn should win that game and walk away with it. PV at Southern, like I said before, it's a battle between Alcorn State, Southern, and Prairie View in the West. They're going to work themselves out. If PV does beat Alcorn early in the season, this game right here is going to be for control of the West. And unlike last year, they shouldn't choke. You know what I mean? So, Bethune-Cookman, I mean, I haven't won in one game, possibly two. Lincoln, I think. I don't know. It's going to be bad, man. Valley, it's going to be bad. PB can be good. They can get decent talent, and by this time of the year, they should be growing, getting better. Apparently, Lincoln apparently paying everybody, okay? FAMU hosting Lincoln. Why? Week 12, UAPB at Texas Southern. Basically, who does not want to be last in the conference? Am I lying? Alabama State at Prairie View. Alcorn at Jackson. This could be a preview of the SWAC championship. I think it'll be funny as hell. They have back-to-back games. But like I said, the loser of the Orange Blossom Classic will be playing in the playoffs. So if Jackson loses their second game against FAMU, this game right here is to make sure they're in the playoffs. I don't care what you say. I don't want to hear no bullshit about, well, they're not gonna put them. I don't care. If you get an offer, you get a bid, you take the damn bid. Bethune-Cookman and FAMU, same way. If FAMU loses to Jackson, the winner, they lose to Jackson, they shooting for the playoffs. Now, unfortunately, I'll go to that later. Hold on a second. Week 13, of course, Tuskegee at Bama State and Southern at Grambling State. West Grambling State. This will be Southern's last chance to win the SWAC West, depending on what happens between Prairie View and Alcorn State. Now, that's what I was saying earlier. FAMU. Let me just pull something up real quick and show you what I'm talking about. This is FAMU's 2021 schedule, okay? They played, close that out for you. Jackson lost by 1. Week 4, Valley State lost to USF and lost to nobody else. What helped them out to get to the playoffs was the win against South Carolina State. That helped them because South Carolina State actually won the MEAC. Now, with that being said, this is their schedule this year. See a difference? They don't have 1. They have 2. These 2 teams on here. If you were to take out one of these D2 schools, West Florida or Lincoln, and put in another FCS school, any conference at all, anybody, Or hell, go play Florida Atlantic, Florida International, FIU, FAMU, FIU. If y'all have put FIU there, lost or won, especially if you won, you playoff bound. So the only way it's going to work, because Jackson State's schedule is strong enough if they beat Texas State, which I am saying they're going to do. If you are one of those people who keep saying, well, you know, Texas State played pretty tough last year. Well, dumbass, that squad's gone. It's like me telling you, hey, don't forget, 10 years ago, Patriots were undefeated in the season. Yeah, they all gone, fool. That's Texas State. They're gone. It's a new team. Whew. Anyway, sorry. So FAMU's only hope for getting in the postseason is honestly this game. And unlike other seasons, Jackson this year is the one to have a game before FAMU. So FAMU can study Jackson on week 0. They have to run the table to get to any postseason at all. What do you think? Coach Simmons, if you want me to just tell you who I think is going to win the SWAC and go play the MEAC and get the beat down, I honestly, nothing I can tell you, man, because the thing is, the schedules they have, there are really 2 schools who, in my opinion, have schedules that are capable of getting them to the playoffs. Well, really 3. Let's say 3 schools. 1, Alcorn State. I am telling you, they have a shot to beat Southern Miss. I don't care what no one else says. They have a shot to beat Southern Miss. The people who, quote unquote, say, hey, they can't beat Southern Miss, haven't played in that stadium. I have. North Texas. It's not that damn difficult. The talent, yes. The only thing that Alcorn has a problem with is going to be the fact the depth on the O-line. That is it. Everything else Southern Miss has, Alcorn can beat. They have a chance, if they get through this game right here, of starting out 3-0 against Stephen F. Austin, McNeese State, and Southern Miss. That will be one of the best out-of-conference records of any FCS school, which means they go 3-0 and somehow way they F up and lose to Prairie View, or they lose to Southern, and they don't get to the SWAC championship game. They go into the playoffs. The other team who I think has a shot, you're right. You know I was going to say it, right? PV. Let's be honest about it, man. Prairie View has only one excuse about not performing. That's going to be straight up quarterback play. They can beat Abilene Christian. They're going to beat HCU. Can they beat SMU? Hell no, coach, you're smoking crack. Let me ask you a question, man. I'm going to be dead honest with you about this, okay? I'm actually in Texas. I've actually seen this team play. Look at their schedule. They have common opponents, right? They went to a bowl game. Yeah, they lost. They beat Memphis. Okay, good. Blown out by Tulane. They beat USF. Somehow way they beat Houston 77-63. They beat Tulsa, lost to Cincy, beat Navy, lost to UCF, lost to TCU, lost to Maryland. I know you're saying, well, coach, those scores, they scoring points in the 40s, 70s, and 50s and shit. How are Prairie View gonna hold up? One thing you gotta look at, like I said before, is common opponents. Common opponents for SMU last year was Lamar. They beat Lamar 45-16. Prairie View beat Lamar 54-21. I'm not doing a transition of evidence here. What I'm telling you is what I know. The teams and HBCUs got to get this through their heads. They have to get this through their heads. You're not that far away. You are not. The NFL draft, the combine is telling you, you have players. It's only quarterback play. And that third or fourth, well, that second row of linemen. That is it. If you took last year, let's just pick Prairie View. If you took Prairie View last year, right, add Shedeur Sanders to that team, would they have lost to Abilene Christian? No. Alcorn State? No. At Valley? Hell no. So, what about Jerry Musa? No. They would have won most of them games. Probably not UIW. They were on a whole other level last year. But I'm just saying, it's all about QB play. If Prairie View gets quarterback play, they will be a force to be reckoned with. All right, y'all. Coach Simmons, if you want to know who my pick is to win the SWAC, who am I picking to win the SWAC? Well, let's see. Jackson State, FAMU out the East. It's a two-headed monster. Out of the West, it's simple. Alcorn, Southern, or Prairie View. I love what Grambling's doing. Grambling tore that thing down to the studs, and they will next year be a force to be reckoned with. I would love to see what happens if Southern gets there versus Norfolk State. That would be a game I would personally love to see. The Odoms Bowl. But I think this year's FAMs. I think FAMU gonna catch Jackson flipping. Looking ahead to Texas State. I know, look, some homers are gonna get mad and say, hey, look, man, I'm being honest, man. This is my honest opinion. I'm not affiliated with one school or the other. I think FAMU gonna catch Jackson flipping. Now, I do think in the playoffs, you possibly can get up to 3 from this conference. If everything works out right and the QB play is good, you can get 3 teams. It's gonna be FAMU versus Southern in the SWAC championship. Coach Simmons, I know it's bullshit, but hey, it's my opinion. I'm out.